Cougar Annie here was a pioneer and Vancouver Island local legend. She spent 65 years in a remote homestead near Hesquiat Harbor at Boat Basin. While she was there, she raised 11 children, outlived 4 husbands, cleared 5 acres of dense forest, and planted a sprawling garden. At the end of her life, she claimed to have shot about 60 cougars and 80 bears, which is how she came by the name Cougar Annie. In 1915, during World War I, her and her first husband, Willie, moved on up to the remote part of that British Columbian island with 3 children. They went there to claim a little bit of land by living and working there. Willie was a Scottish remittance man, which means he was paid by his family to emigrate to Canada and paid to stay away to avoid embarrassing them. So part of the reason they moved up to that 5-acre plot of land was they were trying to save him from an opium addiction and ensure that he would still get those remittance checks. They started clearing trees, tearing out stumps, and building paths, but then Willie drowned in the ocean in 1936. Many people expected that she would return to California at that point, but she was making a bit of money with a bunch of different schemes. Like, she established a general store and set up a post office in front of her home that they built. She forged signatures on a petition to get the post office established so that the Canadian government would bring her mail right to her door. And she sold plants and bulbs that grew in her garden by mail. She also claimed a $10 to $50 bounty on all those cougars. Still, she wanted another husband, so she put out an advertisement in farming magazines and newspapers. The advertisement read, "BC widow with nursery and orchard wishes partner, widower preferred, object matrimony." Husband number 2 apparently accidentally shot himself in the leg and died in 1944. So she put out that same ad again and landed husband number 3, who died of pneumonia in 1955. Husband number 4 was an abusive drunk and apparently tried to push her off a cliff to take the farm. But you don't fuck with Cougar Annie like that and expect to get away with it, because she ran him off her property at gunpoint. She grew over 100 varieties of flowers, shrubs, and trees in her garden. She hardly ever left the property until she was into her 90s. After she got too old and blind and frail to take care of her property, she got her friend Peter Buckland to buy the property in the 80s, and he says he was basically coerced into it. But he got to work restoring the property, and it's since been declared a provincial park. You can visit at certain times of the year by boat, float plane, or by hiking there. He also runs that instantaneous igram I've been showing you called Cougar Annie's Garden. Thanks for watching. Me and my community here are still trying to help support Amir and his family, and if you could help too, we'd all be really grateful. Thank you.